to at least share a little bit. Dr. Jake Thiessen has been a respected trailblazer in the pharma industry for decades. He is a former professor, associate dean, and current professor emeritus at the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy at University of Toronto. Following this, he moved on to the University of Waterloo, where he has strategic responsibility for the development of a new health science campus along Canada's 10th School of Pharmacy. His studies has included new approaches to cancer treatment, new molecules to treat patients with iron overload, and advanced technologies to diagnose and treat diseases. He has been chair of the Drug Quality and Therapeutics Committee, and most recently served on the Ontario Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care as an independent reviewer of the underdosing of oncology medicine discovered in Ontario. Jake is the founding director, Health Science Campus, School of Pharmacy, University of Waterloo, Professor Emeritus, Leslie Dan, Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Toronto. At this time, I'd like to warmly welcome a trusted friend, Dr. Jake Thiessen, to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you, Charles. Thank you very much. Well, good morning, and thank you, Charles. Thank you for the privilege of being here. We'll see whether we can get the technology to convert over to my laptop. There we go. Thank you very much. It's a privilege to be here and to speak to you. I apologize for my attire. I should have really come dressed like this morning. Just to make sure there's no misunderstanding, I should perhaps indicate a few things about me that are not available from what Charles said. First of all, I have never used any cannabis product. I have no investments in any cannabis or cannabinoid company. I have no investments in any pharmaceutical company. I no longer serve on any federal or provincial government committee. I have visited one commercial cannabis grower, a most interesting experience, and I do serve as an independent consultant. Looking at all of this, you may say, well, what qualifies you to give this talk? And I would have to say to you, nothing. I'm here simply as, in the fight world, we would call it the undercard, or in the concert world, I guess I'm the lead group or the supporting group or whatever. So I trust that you'll enjoy some of the things I'll present. Why this unorthodox title? Somehow it doesn't fit, does it? This is a science group, and I've introduced some arts into it. Let me explain. I have a friend who was CEO of a pharmaceutical company, and unbeknownst to many of us, even his close friends, he had an innate gift, particularly in the area of art. He had been a doodler all his life, which we didn't quite realize. But when he finished, he started to take up painting. And he's become actually a very good painter. In the course of everything, he has taught me some things about art that I didn't know. And so I thought I'd just begin today by just sharing a few things. So he informed me, which this was part of what I, of course, knew, which is that there has been this amazing group of classical artists that includes somebody like a Rembrandt and the glorious pictures that they've painted. Naturally, in our day, we would say they're like photography put to paper. You know, they're that kind of quality. Then, of course, we have in our era a Canadian who is very famous, Robert Bateman. Does anybody have a photo, an art piece of his in their house? Okay, very good. Outstanding artist, naturalist, an amazing individual, and you can see all the detail that's there. That is sort of one level of everything. But what happened was that in the late 19th century, a rebellion broke out. A rebellion in which there was a change in the way people viewed everything. And one of the lead artists in this area was Claude Monet, as is described here. And in 1870,